Hello and welcome to Boat Wreck. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different with my reviews of Star Trek Lower Decks. I'm actually going to do a watch along, and I'm going to have this playing here in front of me. This whole thing is going to be audio only, just my commentary. You will not hear the episode. Hopefully you won't. I have headphones on. Now, I'm watching this version on Crave. So, as I understand it, and I could be wrong, but someone told me that the CBS logo comes up before the episode starts in the American version. So if you are watching the American version, when I say now and I start the video, my commentary, it's going to be the shot of the Cerritos right away, and the captain's log just starts right away. There is no Crave or CBS logo at the beginning. So we're just going to jump right into this right now. And to get queued up, I'm at the 000 mark on the Crave app. But like I said, if you have the CBS All Access app, there may be a logo at the beginning. You might want to skip over that. Skip to the very first frame of the Cerritos. And I'm going to play it right now. Stardate 575. The Cerritos is working alongside the USS Merced in the relocation of a nation-generation ship which, due to some unknown calamity, never reached its destination. Her crew, adrift for centuries, mummified in disabled cryo units, their most precious cargo, mysterious containers of molecular fluid which generates life from inorganic material. We suspect they plan to use it on a dead planet to create a habitable environment they could call home. The Merced is here to ensure the generation ship. Anyway, that was me trying to sync up with the captain's log. So we meet a Tellarite captain named Durango, and he is the captain of the Merced, and him and Captain Freeman used to serve on a ship called the Ohio. Now, by the way, there are going to be moments of silence here as I absorb parts of this episode. So Mariner is there in the briefing room, which I love the look of, by the way, and she's being very rude. And the captain of the Merced is getting very pissed off, of course. Mariner can't help but yawn and further irritate her mother. Now we get the opening credits, which, by the way, I love. Anyway, Robbie's here. Hey, how's it going, man? I don't know how this is going to work out. This is like an audio-only thing. People would have to sync up to watch it with me. But yes, this is very new and experimental. This may have moments of awkward silence, but I'll try to keep talking throughout while listening and looking at the episode. We have Noel Wells. This is the credits. Sync up the credits. Eugene Cordero. Don Lewis. Jerry O'Connell. You'll never guess my secret identity. Fred Tatasciore. Gillian Vigman. Or Jillian. This theme is growing on me now. It was something I couldn't really remember in my head offhand, but now the more I watch it, the more prominent it is in my memory. So we have the title. Both ships look very similar. The Merced is the sister ship to the Cerritos. Freeman's like, if you ever disrespect me again, I'll blow you out the friggin' airlock. Sarcastic Vulcan salute. Yeah, so we know here that the crew doesn't know that they're related. So this is a secret for some reason. Because what Ransom just says, I honestly don't know why you haven't kicked her off the ship, but since it's not my job to question your motives, if you want to avoid conflict, why not reassign her all the worst jobs? Just to sync it up there. Oh, I have 3 viewers. How's it going, folks? I'm good. I retweeted the link, so hopefully more people will join. Thanks. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, Boimler's like so enthusiastic about getting getting new assignments. I don't like the fact that senior officers have better replicator programs than lower decks people. It kind of reminds me of in Picard how the workers on Mars had shitty replicator food, and it's like replicator's a replicator. It should make anything you want. You shouldn't have certain people on a ship have better replicator programs than other people. I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. So this is we finally get some focus on Tendi here because she's very enthusiastic about getting into this spiritual mumbo jumbo that this guy obviously was. We find out later was totally full of crap about. That's Klingon prison stuff. This is weird. Okay, now Tendi is going into the quarters of this guy whose name escapes me because I only saw it once before. I like the art here. I like the atmosphere that they create within the 2D animated environment in this scene, the lighting and the 536 on the Crave app. That is the time code. 544, 545. Computer colorful sand, room temperature. Yeah, that was kind of funny. This storyline with her doesn't interest me, but you find out later. I mean, she's doing this because she can't stand that somebody doesn't like her, so she like goes a little bit overboard. Maybe I should hook up my camera. Nah, too late now. This is audio only, folks. So this lubing the turbo lift, I can't imagine they would actually send human beings in there to do that. I mean, especially if like Shax just disregarded the fact that he's not supposed to go in there and use it anyway. Like, wouldn't he know that someone's up cleaning the thing? If anyway, just stupid stuff, little nitpicks. So Mariner is making a game out of all these shitty tasks, and Ransom is surprised by this. Of course, he's not happy. I love these space shots and this Star Trek tractor beam stuff, and just the whole aesthetic there is very visually satisfying to me. And we get to see Rutherford working in engineering. This guy is voiced by Haley Joel Osment, I believe. Thanks, Starfleet Boy, for letting me know that. I did not realize that at first. She's like, here's a metronome. And he takes it and he smashes it. And he's like, in so many words, he's like, screw your metronome. You just have to find your calm. I don't want your help. And this is like that episode of Seinfeld where George can't stand that Jerry's girlfriend doesn't like him. And like he becomes obsessed with her because of it. She's okay. This part coming up here. I've got her emptying bleep out of the holodecks bleep filter. This is the one time where I don't like the bleeps because it totally ruins a joke. Like what did he say? Did he say she's cleaning the spunk out of the fuck filter? Like what did he say? That bothers me, even though like it's probably funny what he did actually say, but we don't know because they bleep both words. So it's like yeah. I would like to see the uncensored version of this. Sometimes the bleeps work for comedic effect and sometimes they don't. So this is where Freeman promotes her daughter to Lieutenant. Oh, she doesn't like this because she can't stand these people. She thinks they're boring, and we find out why anyway. Long time. Good job, Mariner. Well earned, well earned. But Boimler's like freaking out because, of course, this is what he wants, and this is what she doesn't want. So it's like, what the hell? That's the whole sitcom nature of this show. It's like the old bait and switch. Try to subvert your expectations in some sort of funny way, I guess. A brief moment of silence here while I take a drink. Paul Scheer does the voice of the engineer here, which I thought was a great choice. So Durango is kind of jealous of Freeman, I think, or like there's some kind of competitive thing between them because he makes a crucial mistake by trying to be the dominant vessel. This I thought she was going to do stand up when I first saw the picture of her on the stage. So Captain Freeman isn't doing stand up; she's actually doing vocal jazz. She's scatting just to annoy her daughter a little bit more. And then we get this stand-up comedian who shows up, and I thought he was going to start doing like impressions of different Trek characters, but then they cut away. I was like, oh no. But yeah, it's okay. So Mariner hates it, and this poker scene, little callback to TNG. But I like the fact that they all suck. I guess I don't play poker, but I guess the point is here is that they suck at the game. And Ransom is literally sucking air, which further annoys Mariner, of course. She folds, you all fold, you all fold. Don't tell me what to do, the doctor says. I'm gonna fold. That was kind of funny. It's a friendly game. We don't go all in. It's a friendly game. So, okay, the Tendi aspect of this episode is not all that interesting, and they don't go anywhere with her and Rutherford at all in this episode. They're just straight up friends, and of course later she kisses the other guy whose name keeps escaping me. I'm trying to look for it here, but I'm talking and I can't quite catch it. So the Boimler walks into the quarters here, and he's like, "You get your own quarters." And I'm a little bit baffled about how so many people don't have their own quarters in this show. Like, I'm really curious to know how many people actually have to sleep in the hallway. I mean, it seems like a big ship. Do they have a really large crew? I mean, they like when you break rules, huh? Lapsu. She's like singing to him and telling him to mix and match things from different cultures to ascend. You know, I'm sorry, but this stuff is just like eh. Second time watching it, I'm like, I like that Haley Joel Osment is voicing a character in the show and all that, but people were like, give us some Tendi focus in a particular episode, and they are, and it's not really working in this one, I find. Probably my only complaint in the whole episode, although the end of that B plot is quite good when it merges with the A story. That was the holodeck. Oh, Moriarty. Exactly what they would deserve. That's funny. Like Boimler kind of going crazy because of what's going on with Mariner. So this contentious relationship between Mariner and her mother reaches its pinnacle for me personally, because if I get more of this in later episodes, I'm probably going to be annoyed by it. I think they needed to have an episode where they both fight and then work together to find a common solution, or understand that they both have value in their own way and they shouldn't dismiss each other so easily. that's great. But if they keep up with later episodes with them just constantly fighting, I don't know about that. So Durango wants to change position to one up the Cerritos, and this causes the rupture in the hull, which causes the fluid to go through the tractor beams and invade the ship. And visually, that's probably the best thing in the show so far. I really like how that's animated. Some of it kind of looks anime-like with the fluids in space, and then when it gets into the ship and starts making everything organic, the animation is very smooth. So like, I'm really liking more and more the animation style, and some of my friends who talk about how it's like so great. I'm understanding that more and more, especially when the like just then the stuff goes over the ship and the crystals pop out all of a sudden. Like that looks really good. It's being funneled toward us on the tractor beam. Evasive maneuver alpha. It's too late. These visuals are fucking great. I love this. This is probably this episode overall, I think, is on par with the rest because there's always like little things I don't like. But overall, at the end of the day, when I watch these episodes 2 or 3 times, I kind of like them more each time. This is the second time I'm watching this now, so I like how the thing pressed up against the force field. Like in terms of a climactic ending to any episode, I think visually, from a visual standpoint, from an animation standpoint, this is the most compelling to look at. It's the most visually pleasing. So cut to black. Okay, just to give you a time code on the Crave app, like I said, it might not be the exact same in the United States. 1540, 1541, 1542, 1543. Like the way the ship looks when it's half infected with that biomolecular substance, and the different kind of things it's doing. Damn this gorgeous coral! I like that line. Now this is the one part of the episode, the B plot, that I like because she reveals sorry. All I wanted for you was to like me. I can't sleep, it's all I think about. It feels like ants in my brain. He has had negative thoughts for years. He's been faking this whole spiritual ascension thing. He's not enlightened. He was never going to ascend. He was faking it. Damn you, man. That's okay. I forgive you, buddy. He wanted to be the ascension guy. The character animation here is actually particularly good with the everything else that's going on. It could be me, but maybe like seems like the animation is slightly improved overall in this episode. Okay, this conversation with the rocks, and she's like, I think you should use the shale, and she's like, leave me alone, mom. Stop telling me what to do. Like, this is where I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. Like, you need to change this now. You need to have them come to a resolution. And of course, when they break through, there's still some bickering about how she should use 2 hands going down the rope, but trying to get us killed here. Make sure we're both gripping with both hands. Come on, Mom. Leave me alone, Mom. Will you just stop? Well, they both have good points. Like, it's like, stop treating me like a child, but you're incredibly immature. Why wouldn't I treat you like a child? That's what I thought, Carol. Oh, calling your mom by your first name? You better not do that. Yeah, I love the visuals in this scene. Like I said before, I'm not like ripping on her as a character, but her storyline at the beginning wasn't that interesting. Like her antagonizing this dude, the spiritual thing, but the way it turns out, and especially this part, He moves her out of the way, gets crushed, does something very heroic. And I like how they have the sheen on them to show that they're wet. They need pyrazine gas. Flood the ship with radiation from the main deflector. And that's exactly what the captain was going to do. So I guess they're more alike than different, huh? She read the mission brief. I like that. I don't. It's weird that it's the Discovery computer voice, but when it's like hitting it, and then earlier it said, I think unauthorized something. It said something about the invading. There's always this invading, a lot of invading on the ship, like invading forces, invading biomolecular substances, zombie stuff. This ascending piece is really quite good. Like the dialogue, and Haley Joel Osment's voice performance is really good here too. Is this supposed to be happening? You're smoking? It burns! It burns! Ah! Drop and roll. Yeah, I didn't like that. Drop and roll. Yeah, no, that's not funny. Life has no. What does he say? I'm everywhere and nowhere. I can see everything. I'm turning into pure energy. Why is it taking so long? That's a funny line. I see Abraham Lincoln. The universe is balanced on the back of a giant koala. Why is he smiling? What does he know? This is brilliant stuff. The secret of life is, and he explodes. That's great. And then the line she says here. Good luck being everything. Sorry I helped. Oh, visually that just looks so cool. Well, visually, obviously, not not looking at something with my ears. So mother and daughter save the day. But will Mariner change? We'll find out in a couple of minutes. They save the incompetent captain. Oh, can't hug. Oh, it's too personal. God damn, I'm loving more and more the visuals. It just looks like what it should look like. Look, the conference room and everything. I mean, yes, you could argue that it's too Enterprise D, but who cares? It's California class around that time period. Why wouldn't they have a ship like that? And I love the Cerritos. Absolutely love it. An unstoppable mommy-daughter team, and of course Mariner's like, yeah, I gotta do something now. Apparently, we've picked up a strange signal on our sensors. Now, of course, that is I'm pretty sure that's a nod to Spock from the original series. How when he said sensors, he said sensors. So Mariner's gonna really drive the knife in on this guy just to fucking be reduced in rank. And I don't know how to feel about that. I almost wanted her to. It would have been almost better for her to start this whole making fun of him thing, and then her mother. She stops basically. She doesn't go all the way, and she doesn't get demoted. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to try this. But of course, she's the main character in a show called Lower Decks. So there you go. She has to be demoted again. But the fact that they don't know, it's pretty evident in this episode, I believe, that they have no idea that Mariner and Captain Freeman are related, that they're mother and daughter. So I would like to see that revealed at some point. You had everything I ever wanted in life, and you didn't even care. she's going to give him the access card for the good replicator programs. I know it's like play for jokes, but still, better replicator programs for better officers. Is that how they do it? I don't know. It's like the people on Mars get the worst replicator food or programs. Someone can't push a couple of buttons and like get a nice gourmet meal. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, overall, it's on par with the rest. I'm pretty surprised that this Trek show is so consistently good. And that, I almost find that the first time I watch any of these episodes, I like them the least the first time. And that's not saying that I don't like them. It's saying that I actually like them more the second and third time that I watch them. And yeah, I also like having discussions with friends. So that's it. Credits are over. Secret Hideout logo, Important Science, Roddenberry Entertainment, Chirp, Titmouse Incorporated, CBS All Access Originals, and then CBS Television Studios of Viacom CBS Company. Over. Yeah, so that was a little nice little experiment that I did there. So thank you for watching and watching along with me. And if you didn't want to watch along with me, that's fine. You can just listen to me ramble about the episode the whole time. But hopefully I was informative enough with the time codes. Like I said, I'm not sure about the differences between the Canadian and American version of each episode. Could be a couple of seconds off there. But anyway, give me your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, folks, live long